Hello, this is just some useful info for people thinking of buying the valve index. Some info that I haven't seen any other reviews cover really. So this is not a review, this is just some additional info. And overall, before I get into the nitpicking, I want to say that I'm really happy with it. But this is just some things that I've noticed that could be useful for people who want to make a decision whether to buy the index or something else. The first thing, this is the first headset I own, so I didn't know what to expect. The first thing I noticed was that the lighthouse base stations makes a noise. It's like a high pitch spinning noise. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, it's audible, but it's not. When you use the headset with the earphones, it doesn't really bother me, but both base station makes this noise, and I haven't found a way to make them shut down automatically. I know it's supposed to be done with Bluetooth, but so far I haven't found a way. I have to unplug them to get rid of the noise when I don't use it. So that's the first point. The second point is the FOV, which is great, I think. I've tried the Vive Pro before, and I think it's very noticeable, the difference. Some reviews will say that you can see the edge of the displays when you have maximum FOV, and that's true. You can see the edge of the displays horizontally, not vertically. Vertically, the FOV is pretty much 100%. It looks great. Horizontally, you can see, when you look straight forward, you can see the edges of the displays. If you look with your eyes to the right and the left, you no longer see the edge of the displays. I don't know how it works optically, but when you look to the right and the left, you don't see the edges. But when you look straight forward, you see the edges in your periphery. So that's useful to know. But they don't look like straight, sharp lines like the edges of the displays. You just notice that it's something there, something blurry. So it's not, I don't see it as a problem. And if you dial the FOV slider forward just one notch, it's mostly gone. So, but you will lose a little bit of FOV when you look to the right and the left if you do that. So I'm not bothered with it at all. The third thing is the screen door effect and pixel density. A lot of reviews I've watched agree that the screen door effect is basically gone. I don't think it is at all. I can see it perfectly if I look for it, and I think part of it is it doesn't bother me, but part of it is that the pixel density is, since you have a larger FOV, the pixel density is actually slightly lower than the Vive Pro, because everything is closer to your eyes. So even though it's LCD screens with 50% more subpixels and higher fill rate, you can still see the screen door if you look for it. But once you're in a game and you're focused on the game, you will not see it. You will forget about it immediately. But I don't agree with reviewers saying that it's basically gone. It's not. Yeah, another thing about the pixel density and the FOV is that the pixel density, one thing I thought before I ordered it is that if you zoom out the FOV knob and get the minimum FOV, I thought that okay, then you will have higher pixel density because you've zoomed out. But that's not the case. The pixel density is the same. So if you can, you really should have the max usage with maximum FOV, because otherwise you're just wasting part of the screen that you don't see, that your GPU have rendered. So if you have max FOV or if you have minimum FOV, the pixel density and the screen door and everything is exactly the same. So again, I don't know how it works optically, but yeah, you just lose space by zooming out. You don't gain anything by doing it, sharpness or anything like that. Yeah, and the stick, the thumbstick. I got this headset like 3 days ago, and the thumbsticks are still not fixed. So if you're waiting to order until it's fixed, the batch I got is still not fixed. So yeah, that's useful to know. Let's see. Yeah, another thing that I'm not seeing any review cover, and maybe this is because this is my first headset. I don't know. Maybe this is the same for all headsets, but the low persistence screens, it's the backlighting, the LED backlighting of the screens. It's not like with a PC monitor where the backlighting is constant. I think it has something to do with the low persistence, but the backlighting is actually strobing at 80, 90, 120, 144 hertz. So I know for my PC monitor, if I turn down the brightness of the monitor, it doesn't dim the backlighting. It actually starts strobing, which means that it starts like turning the backlighting on and off really, really fast. And I think that's a bit bothersome for the eyes in the long run, because you don't noticing that it's flickering, but it is a bit of a strain for the eyes with strobing backlighting. But like I said, maybe all headsets are like this. It's just I didn't know about it. But I haven't really tried all the refresh rates yet. So just reasoning would say that if you use a higher refresh rate, the strobing will be more minimal. And if you use 80 hertz, then maybe the strobing will be more eye straining. But yeah, but it's not a huge deal. It's just I've noticed it. So, and another thing is that I live in Sweden, so I ordered the European ordering process, and just some logistical things. There was no shipping fee when I completed the order, so I paid 1,079 euros. It was shipped from the Netherlands and it took 4 days. to get it in Sweden, so it was really fast shipping. And just another point here in Europe is that the Rift S relative to the index price is, I know that in the US the index is like 2.5 times more expensive than the Rift S, but in Europe, or at least in Sweden, it's more like 2 times more expensive. Because the Rift S is more like $500 over here, or $550. So relatively speaking, the index has a little bit of an advantage. Of course it's more expensive, but relative to the US, it's actually less of a bad deal price-wise. So that's why I went with the index, or one of the reasons. And yeah, that's just some of the points that could be useful to know if you think of buying it. And like I said, this is my first headset. I've tried the Vive Pro, and black levels and colors, okay, I just tried the Vive Pro for an hour, but I have absolutely no issues with the black levels and the colors in the index, so that's not a problem at all. And like I said in the beginning, this is like nitpicking. I'm super happy with it. I agree with most of the reviews that it's awesome. So it's just some additional info if you really haven't made up your mind whether to buy it or not. Alright, I hope it was helpful. Take care.